Patreon member shout out. Shy girl, it's written on your face. A mermaid out of water, feeling out of place. Shy girl, trying to hide a blush. Caught you looking for a second, felt my heart a rush. Don't run away, don't be afraid. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. I'm gonna say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Sorry about the no live stream today. I am feeling quite sick. Kind of felt it last night. I was on no live last night, no live today. But commenting, liking, and subscribing not only makes me feel better, but it is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are joining Patreon or smashing that thanks button right down below. So today, Omi's not the best day, down about 3.5%. Granted, we did hit 0.0016 yesterday, as we were up almost 60% at one point from 2 weeks ago. Going down 3.5%, really don't feel too bad about. Did a little bit worse than Bitcoin. Bitcoin down about 1.5% today, but again, nothing really too crazy to report on that front. Did not outperform the markets. Market beat today. It was a kind of a down day for everyone. You know, not even 1 point, but down a little bit at the S&P 500, the Dow, and the Nasdaq. They were down about 0.5, 0.7 each. So some news for Chavez. Remember how I said I went to this really awesome whale party meeting over on Friday in the Hamptons? Well, that is starting to pay off. Got off the phone with a couple of people today. I am going to get a couple of NFL and former NFL players on the podcast. One of which is really, really famous that you'll be able to see at some point. Can't say who it is yet. The other one of which has retired a little more recently. Name is Donnie Jones. Played in the NFL for 11 years. He'll be on the podcast within the next couple of weeks. Being able to talk about NFTs, something that he really wants to get into. Can't wait to hear some stories from that. And for, again, more people from the professional world coming in and spending loads of money on things that they love the most. Picture for reference. Shout out to Donnie for agreeing to come on the podcast. One of the big newses yesterday was the white backstab Labbit. This guy, it was a Frank Kaza creation from Series 2 of the Labbits, and why it was really big news, because we did have this one person called White, I think it's White_Veve on the Twitter, has about 144 of those that this person listed for $888,888. So it was really interesting because that is about 16% of the supply. Whereas I might only have 2% of Alligator Loki's secret rare, this person decided to take that ultra rare and just do what I did times 8. And however many more there are, I'm not 100% sure, but you can get the ultra rare right now, I think for about $1,500 of what it is. But be advised, it does have a thin floor. Be advised, there are some pros and cons to somebody doing this. I cannot wait to show you guys this Facebook status. People having a little bit of fun calling him the White Whale, and it's kind of just a reference to Gandalf going from the Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White, as in becoming more powerful. So this one guy does bring up a good point, saying whales were buying while people were selling. Veve users are to blame. It is a lot of the flippers. Now again, you can't really blame someone for buying something at $800 and selling it for $1,900. They more than double their money. They get, and again, if it's something that doesn't really have an emotional attachment to you, like this might not. To be honest, not 100% sure. I heard of Frank Kozik before Veve. A big fan of him right now. Obviously follow him on everything that he, every single social media that he has, because he's great. Does have a big following. But yeah, not too many people are nostalgic for this, but this is just come to a down of rarity versus scarcity. This happens to be both. It's not something that is a, let's just say something like a Ritmo or it's not something like a Murmukorno that might have, let's say, 9,500 of the commons and only 20-something are available. This does only have 888 editions, and this is something that there's, again, not a ton on there. The ones that are on there, the 160, 170 or so, most of them are from this person White. And again, I'm not 100% sure how many other people might have a fraction of percent or even multiple percent, same as him. Again, some people really not seeing the forest where the trees are in the way. We have somebody saying, good luck to the guy trying to make about $100 million on a few silly rabbits in a bear market. So, of course, I had to respond saying he's not trying to sell. If you take a look at their prices, they're all above really what most people could afford. Why you would pay over a couple of thousand or 5 or 10,000 for this, it would be absolutely, I think, ludicrous. But he has it on sale for almost $1 million. And with that, you have to take a look at saying, okay, well, this person is not trying to make $100 million with it. This person did, however, spend over 6 figures getting all of these, because there were only a couple of times where you could have bought it under 1,000. And even with that, this person does have, I think, 11 of the 59 of the sub 100s. At least that's what's posted. There could be more that this person is not showing. But this person didn't just buy, 100, 200 commons that cost maybe $20 or $40 each. Person, again, spent well over $100,000 on this and it does appear to be just to flex, just because they can. You will see a lot of this in the future. A bunch of silent whales that have been accumulating will come out. A bunch of people that are going to come in with loads of money are just going to do it loudly, like, hey, I'm buying this. Dr. Profit has done that before. He said that before. More on him later. Just letting you guys know what I'm buying. I did use the web app yesterday for the first time. I think it's app.vv.me. And what I did was I just bought 100 gems. And when I bought 100 gems, I took a look at the Jurassic World AMC theaters, which I still did not get my email. I went and purchased that ticket, was on the phone with AMC for a couple of times, being like, hey, making sure I can get my NFT if I do this, right? Yes, absolutely can. Still never got the email, but again, it's not a huge deal. The thing's there. Again, you can get the entire set, the 3 out of 3 posters, at least for the AMC theaters, one in America, for less than $100, so it's not bad. There was also an update, not sure if it was for Apple users, but it was for Android users as well. That was the update I had mentioned over on Twitter and over on YouTube in a post this morning. And it's just something that I think that will allow them to roll out KYC a lot quicker. A lot of people do have that as well. So yeah, it actually says this update introduces KYC features and streamlined sign-up process. So that was the new rollout, or at least that was the alpha that we got from Veve. So moving on. I haven't made a bet with this person. I won't 100% say the name, but this person is claiming that there will be no Banksy, saying Banksy does not believe in copyright. He does not license anything. So any Banksy would be theft on intellectual property. This does come off my video yesterday where I mentioned that there will be one-of-ones, and it could be with artists that we already have. There are a bunch of them, whether it's Mac on Deck, whether it's Mumbot, whether it's Frank Kozik, Jermaine Rogers, or it could be something that we don't have yet. And I mentioned that Banksy has been teased by David Yu in the past. He says, those statues that David displays are not official Banksys. He says they're fake, nothing to do with Banksy whatsoever. He says, trust me, I own Banksys, real ones, and I'm just kind of here to say that anything is possible. Is there proof of anything? Again, David has teased Pokemon in the past. He's teased SpaceX in the past. Do we have those partnerships? Well, not that he has gone and said we do. So just because he teases something like Rick and Morty or Banksy doesn't necessarily mean that we have them. This person could be 100% right, but again, nobody really knows what's going on behind the scenes. So our favorite bad boy is back. We got Mr. Henry Pagliuca, aka Mr. Pags, that usually is more known for being a low mint master, but today he bought an amazing Spider-Man 1 secret rare. It was higher than the floor. When he was asked why, he said it was because of the higher mint. It was bought for about 7,000 gems, and there it is, 59,266. That I think was the highest mint available at the time. For comics, you can separate by highest mint to lowest mint. So, and he does have a high mint set. He has the common 59,995, uncommon 59,939, rare 59,937, ultra rare 59,944, and then of course the 59XXX of the secret rare. So I thought that was pretty cool. Moving on. So we did have Asian Dan, or Dan Lee, say, who is the Mr. Rogers of Veve in the community? And by contrast, who's the bad boy of Veve? Comment down below. So shout out to Crate News that says Mr. Rogers would be the real Randy Chavez. I think he believes that I am a very nice person, and said the bad boy would be Cavell Anderson. I could be bad. I should have sang Cascada's Bad Boy. That's what I should have done instead of singing O-Town. Maybe Crate News is correct. Comment down below if you think I'm a bad boy or you think I'm goody two-shoes. I'd be happy with either one. I'm fine. So I do have a staking question. Somebody had commented that I once talked about the staking of Elizabeth from the House of Cards by listing her for $23.5 thousand. Is this still the case, and how do they participate? I did report that at one time. You can go look, and there are multiple people listing the Queen Elizabeth from the House of Cards, and they are listed at $23.5 thousand. There was a staking rewards for that. I can't remember who it was. I can't find it. So comment down below if you are that person, or if you know who that person is, so I can let my fans know. Thank you. So I do want to warn people of a bot account, someone that is maybe not necessarily a bot account, but really decided to go and buy a existing account for the followers and saying, buy, sell, swap your collectibles and gems in our Telegram group. Again, Veve does not condone you going outside of the app and selling your gems that way, because there is no protection. Anyone on the face of the earth can say, yes, come here, we have the best professional exchanges. I've never been contacted by this person called Veve Collectibles Exchange at Market Veve. I have never been contacted. Me, Foster Hilt, are some of the two most well-known escrows in this business to make sure that people get exactly what they pay for. They cash out gems, or they cash out partner statues, whatever it is, and which, again, you are allowed to do, but it is highly advised against, because there are people, maybe like this person, that will happen to go and say, oh, yeah, we have the best Telegram group, we have the best professional escrows. And meanwhile, once you send them whatever you send them, whether it be a collectible or your gems, they can just walk away. And there's nothing really that Veve can do about it at that point because it was done outside the app. And yeah, so anyway, this person decides to go and make a ridiculous statement saying, Veve fam, thanks for the messages, but we have nothing to do with Cashout. Please direct your questions and more so frustration to @VeveOfficial. Our position on this situation is clear. They say that we do not believe Veve Official has the financial resources to fund Cashout. So let me go over this. Based on the blockchain, you can tell and look that as of yesterday, more than 350 million gems were bought. That is how much money has gone into the Veve app. And then you can say, okay, well, that doesn't really account for the 123 million gems that are still in the app. And that is a fair point. But if you go and take a look at the total purchases and fees that were collected, that is 227 million that has gone to Veve, that has gone to there. Now, again, that is top-line revenue. That is not including a bunch of the percentages that Apple and Google once took. Obviously, they don't really take that anymore because we have that web app now. But for this, if you think that 227 million is not enough to cash out the 123 million in there, not including all of the funds that they could raise if they wanted to. They could issue debt, they could go public. This is a very, very easy thing for Veve to do. They are a multi-billion-dollar company, could raise hundreds of millions in a second if they wanted to, if they needed, which again, they don't. But because of their IP, because of their ingenuity, the disruptive, innovative market that they have, cashing out that, if everybody decided to cash out at once, would be very, very easy. And there's a couple of people willing to put money on this, myself included. We do have a couple of bets going on. Dr. Prophet says, I invite you to put your money where your mouth is. I bet 10,000 USDC that Veve will pay out every single user. Real Randy Chavez or Foster Hilt could do escrow. So tell me, Chicken Boy, do you want to bet? And then he says, every eligible user will be able to cash out by end of August. Chicken Boy, what's up? Want to spread FUD or put your money where your mouth is? What's up, little schoolgirl? I am waiting. Rock and Blockchain responds, if they do take the bet, I'm happy to start a second bet for another 10K. My position on this is also clear. They're fine to use Veve's trademark logo name for their BS, but will just make unfounded claims. Also, dropped you a follow. I thought you already had. Then somebody says this would be a rigged bet. Veve would pick the users it wants to approve for cash out based on its available funds. If it doesn't have the funds for everyone with 1K gems to withdraw, they won't approve everybody. Heads I win, tails you lose scenario. Obviously, this was dispelled very, very quickly by our own coin wizard, Foster Hilt, saying, there is no basis for this comment. Dr. Prophet has stated all users who meet the requirements and complete KYC will be cashed out. They either meet it or they don't. If they are picking and choosing users who pass KYC and have the balance, then it's not all users. So this person responds, they're picking and choosing the users to allow them to KYC. Do you believe they have the full value of all outstanding gems as liquid capital? Dr. Prophet says yes, probably double that. Do the maths. Veve has hundreds of millions in the primary market. And the person responds, Apple Store cut, plus unknown licensor fee, plus overhead, and then trying to insult the team, saying would eat into that top line revenue pretty quickly. Foster responds, go watch my video, and then we can continue to have this conversation. Everybody is getting KYC. You have seen hundreds of screenshots from the fam today alone. I document where the money comes from in detail. And if you don't have it, check your junk mail. If you don't have it, then just give it some time. The rollout is happening in real time, and it could come very, very quickly. Foster also responds that I feel I'd be a bad escrow for this because I'd be more than happy to put up some money for it as well. I've made videos detailing the resources Veve has to cover cash out. Betting against Veve is going to cost you money, but it is your money to lose. Me, in another post, retweeted his original comment, and I said, I'll bet 132.5 million OMI. It's all the OMI I have. I will be getting more by probably next week. As soon as some other funds come in, I will be getting more. But right now, the bet is 132.5 million OMI that Veve Official will cash out every single user that wants to cash out this year at Market Veve. What say you? And the responses are not from him yet. He's been pretty quiet on this. Dr. Prophet makes an additional bet himself, saying to all FUDers, since talk is cheap, I've decided to set up a FUD Buster fund of $250,000. FUDers have the opportunity to put their money where their mouth is and bet against me. To the Veve fam, anyone who reads FUD, send them my way. Reply to their FUD with a link to this tweet. And he's using the Squid Games, saying, here it comes, come at me. Moving on. So, news from the Feeshes, Rock and Blockchain posts that I have taken a snapshot, airdrop coming this week. It is 1 per wallet. It's different than what's come before. You still get 1 per Feesh during the monthly drops, and usually in the random airdrops as well, but this is different. Please be careful. Sometimes things cannot be undone on this journey. These are NFTs, you are in control of them, but make sure you think things through and are sure before you take action. Now be advised, when you get a Feesh, your Feesh can die at some point. And if they can die, that means that there might be able to be a second life, such as a ghost of the Feesh, or whatever that is. But in this type of thing, I think this might be what he's referencing. Comment down below if you have any speculation on the Feesh lore. They did announce a new version of the Mighties, where they have, I think, Valkyrie, Thor, Jane, Beta Ray Bill, and Odin. I really can't wait to see that. Those are amazing. And again, there is speculation on whether these will be gamified or not. If they would, that'd be great. I have every single set. If they're not, then I don't want to say we waste a lot of money on these. But again, these are first appearances of a lot of them, of Beta Ray Bill, of Jane Foster. Of all these guys, they have the first appearances of a lot of the Captain Americas, some of the Spider family, and then, of course, we have Fantastic Four as well. It would be quite a waste to waste a bunch of these first appearances on these characters if they're not going to be gamified at some point. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of first appearances, that first appearance of Kamala Khan, which on June 9th was like $128 for the Secret Rare, as of a few minutes ago was $399, so basically $400. It was $450 at one point. I have mine listed for $469. Why? Because I bought 4 of them at $128, or under $150, and they're this now. Getting that first appearance of Kamala Khan. Series is doing very well. She will be in the Marvels movie, so Captain Marvel 2. She will be in the Young Avengers. She might even make appearances in other movies, a bunch of buddy crossover movies. I think her and America Chavez will kind of carry this series a little bit forward, because again, they are both very, very young. They are supposed to be teenagers. I think both of them are teenagers in real life, so they could be part of the MCU for the next 20 years. Very, very bullish on this. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Everyone check out @HateOfDon and @KingMavsForever over on Twitter, Stand Up Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app, Kobe Collects and Omi Player 1 over on the YouTube, Raythex.eth domain name, Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Tabs Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Super Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Darklink, Meta Lemon, and Veve Vibes all on the YouTube, @Nomad with Guitar, @WetWizardVeve, and Gary O @1234CA3 all on the Twitter. I love you guys. I would say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Bye. Meow, 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 meow.